Hi, I'm Becky.
And I'm Jason.
And you're traveling with the Munschs. Look at this forced happiness.
Oh, man. So much happiness.
Jason, Marcus, and Lucas look like they have chicken pox. They have so many mosquito bites.
Yeah, New Hampshire's mosquitoes bite. Maine's, there's a lot of mosquitoes, but they didn't bite. But New Hampshire, not quite as many mosquitoes, but they all bite. And it looks like chicken pox. It's at least a dozen on each arm and legs.
I have 8 bites
belly
total.
And it's everywhere.
The
My
other
forehead
3 are
had
covered.
one, but
Marcus looks like he has the Orion constellation on his arm. It's pretty accurate.
yeah. So the mosquitoes have been bad this trip.
Interestingly, because we thought they were going to be really bad. What's wrong?
Nothing.
We thought they were going to be really bad when we were in Canada that one time. Because everybody's like, oh, the mosquitoes in Canada are terrible. They were nothing. This is the worst mosquitoes we've ever had. Even in the south, there was less mosquitoes.
Oh, yeah.
This is an insane...
Land between the lakes, there are a lot of mosquitoes.
Were there this many mosquitoes, though?
Seemed like a lot. We had
Nobody had
freak out session.
constellations.
No, we were outside a lot more. So, yeah, this is the worst.
Yeah.
Anyways,
all right.
Let's get on with the trip. So, we went to New
Meat.
Hampshire from Maine. Drive was good.
From Acadia, not our Acadia.
Yep, Acadia, Maine to New Hampshire. Nice little drive into the mountains. It was beautiful.
We stayed at the Dry River Campground, which had not a dry river behind it. I assume at some point it must be dry, otherwise I wouldn't name it that.
There was 2 or 3 dry river beds until we got to the
and then
real,
a wet river.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was nice. It was a nice big camping area. Dry river.
Yeah.
Anyways, on the way there, I was like, what do we need to do something when we're there, because in Acadia we didn't really have, well, I guess we did. We went kayaking. Anyways, I looked up and they had zip lining, and I was like, I've always wanted to zip line with the kids, because Jason and I zip lined
It was
once.
because we saw that adventure park on the way out of Maine.
That's right.
And the kids wanted to stop, and we're like, ugh, we gotta
Marcus
get
wants
driving.
to stop at everything.
And so then you started looking up what we could do.
Right. An adventure park where you climb those cargo nets and you walk across the bridges and you're in the air. That seems like a lot of work and you need a lot of upper body strength, but ziplining, you just need to sit there and hang on, really. So I found a ziplining joint and got us reservations for the next morning at 9:45.
I couldn't go.
Jason couldn't go. He exceeded the maximum weight
limit. A little
limit.
too heavy, but it was close. It's close, but I didn't want to push my luck.
And they weighed you when you got there. So they weigh me. And I'm just curious, we'd been doing some hiking. I thought maybe I lost a little weight. So I asked the lady, I'm like, what'd the scale say? She's like 150. Really? I gained 20 pounds in the last 2 weeks. Intriguing. Anyways,
So she
obsessed
about that for the next
If I gained 20 pounds, there's no way Munch was going to screech in under the number. So I did find a Walmart, which had a little, blood pressure thing, plus you could sit on it and weigh yourself. I did not gain. Yes. I did not gain 20 pounds. Their scale is way off. Yeah. I think they should get that fixed.
Or she was just messing with you.
I think she was like, who is this vain woman going ziplining needs to know how much she weighs. I wanted to see if maybe hiking burned a few pounds. I don't know.
So
we ziplined. It was fun, so amazing. The boys had such a great time. It was really cool. And of course we wanted to do another round of ziplining immediately, turn around and then zipline again for 4 more hours. But that was a lot of money. Plus Jason didn't have anything to do for 4 hours. So he already had gotten an oil change.
Yep. So I ran, got the oil change, which was
great subject matter here.
Yeah, you gotta. We put 3,000 miles in the car already, and pulling the camper, I like to change it. So we changed it, or I changed it. It was I had to find an oil change spot. It was 30 minutes away.
Quick lube does not mean oil change here.
So I went to a place called Aero Express Lube. This is super interesting, I know, but anyways, Oil Express Lube. So you think Express Lube. So I went up there and they're like, do you have an appointment? I'm like, no, Express Lube. And they're like, oh, you need an appointment today. And I was like, well, I thought Express meant you could just get in. Nope, can't do that. So anyway, so I looked up another place, and there's some place called JT Performance, which doesn't sound like an Express Lube place. I went
That's
over
all
there,
they do, though.
and they were set up for, they had a big sign, quick oil change, and it was just like a shed on the side of the road. You drove in and they lifted you up and
you got to stay in the car.
Yeah, I never had that before where you're actually in the lift all the way to the ceiling there.
Kind of sad I missed out on that. Sounds like that was its own
riveting
adventure.
stuff. I know, it was fun.
Who lifts you in your car to do an oil change?
I told the guy, I was like, hey, this was the first, and he looked at me like shocked, like.
Everybody here does that.
I don't know, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, JT Performance in Littleton, if you need an oil change in the White Mountains, that's the place to go. Pretty cool. Really speedy too.
They lift you in your car.
Yeah. They didn't do any other crap and try to sell you anything. They just change oil and
Here's
send
things
it
that
away.
only happen in the Northeast, apparently. Metal roofing everywhere. Stamp has told me this is because it sheds snow easily. We have a lot of snow. Why don't we all have metal roofs? I don't know. Also, lifting up in your car for an oil change.
That was fun.
Who knew? No left turn lanes. However, Vermont, we're in Vermont now, has tried to remedy the no left turn lanes of Rhode Island, Connecticut, and Maine, and all of the other places by making you take a right turn and then going around a road
to go left.
To cross it to go left.
Kind of makes sense. It's like the progression of a turning lane. It's like...
Why not just put another lane in? They built a whole other road. What?
Yeah.
Left turn lane. That's all I'm saying. It's not hard.
All right.
Okay.
What else we got?
Zip lining and oil change. Fun.
Fun, yeah.
We played in the Drive River a lot. It was moving really quickly, but it varied a lot. It was really strange. The first day we went, it was kind of scary and dodgy and dangerous. It was like up, like waist high. And then the next day we went and it had dropped at least a foot.
Yeah, probably.
It was down significantly.
It was still running, but it wasn't too bad.
It was less scary. I was less afraid of somebody drowning.
We had
Nobody cares that I'm afraid somebody's going to drown. They just all jump around like crazy people.
We've been in
That's
rivers
my
like
job.
that before, but
it
was really bouldery, so there was the chance of like slipping and getting your foot caught, maybe
breaking your ankle,
drug under something, but
getting trapped underwater with the current while your foot is stuck, going through a tree strainer. Just saying, I've read a lot of horror stories.
Yeah.
Somebody's always dying.
So yeah,
I want to avoid that.
That was a couple of days of fun, and our last full day there, what did we do? This was the big adventure. I want to do some hiking because we're in the White Mountains and we want to do hiking.
He always wants to hike. He acts like he's some kind of hiking. Can anybody see how much he's wiggling, by the way, scratching his whole body?
I told myself I wasn't going to itch today.
There's also this noise like all the time. It's just like, this is just him all the time. In bed. He's doing it in his sleep. He's just like...
Yeah, I'm full of mosquito. They love me.
Gross. Stop. It's so loud.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to stop.
Between your breathing and your scratching.
All right, no more itching.
All right, so hiking day. Jason gave us the option of choose your own adventure, which turned out not to be actually a choose your own adventure, just...
You can do it.
You can do it or you can not do it, but we're going to do it.
Well, really there were scales of hardness, which I'm so glad we didn't do because it would have been ridiculous.
No, I think actually had we chosen to do choice one for walking from Ripley to the other two, I think that would have probably been easier than what we did.
Yeah, because we got all that elevation gain.
Oh my gosh, elevation gain.
I mean, it wouldn't have been easier because we would still gone all around Franklin Cliff. Anyway, so we went to Ripley
this
Falls.
Cute little place called Ripley Falls.
We decided to just drive. We're going to drive to these two waterfalls.
Drive. That was the option.
Drive, and there's like a half mile to Ripley Falls. So we're like, a half mile. I think it said a quick hike.
Yeah,
so we're thinking
it did. It said
quick and easy. Well, it was pretty much uphill. Pretty straight up boulders. It was a good hike.
I did not have enough food to sustain myself.
You kind of fell off right away there.
We didn't take we didn't take any water. We didn't take any packs. We didn't take any food.
I know. We should never do that.
You always take a pack with food and water every time. I just spilled water everywhere. Unless you're literally going like under a bridge to see a waterfall right there, which we did one time, then you don't need the pack. But if you're going to walk a half a mile, you have to have a pack. I needed raisins. I don't know who you're talking to. I'm talking to you.
I don't know. I think I was the one saying, do I need the pack? And you're like, nah.
No, I needed some raisins or something to get me through that. They were pretty, but they were, I don't know. I don't really remember, quite frankly.
Yeah. So Ripley Falls was a 100-foot waterfall. It was pretty cool when we got there.
I literally don't remember what it looks like. Did you take any pictures?
I got pictures. I got some
Okay,
video.
good.
Something I'll post. I don't know. We'll see.
So then we were promised with an even more beautiful waterfall at Aruthasa.
I can't
Now
say it.
I knew you couldn't say
I
it, so
can't
now
say
I
it.
can't say it. Arthusa
Arthusa.
Falls. Okay?
So that's like a 200-foot waterfall. It's like the biggest waterfall around there.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, we hiked to that, and then we had to make the decision where you said, hey, I want to go around. There's the trip to the waterfall.
You wanted to go
in and
to
back,
a summit.
which is like 3 miles, or you can go around this Frankenstein cliff, which is 4 miles. So it's like an extra hour or extra mile. An hour. It was so crazy. So we did that because
There was like a lot of debate about this. Like on the way there, we're just like, we're not going the whole way around. Jason's like, don't make your decisions based on your mental state right now of hiking. We're all tired. Smooth. He's so calm when we're all freaking out. But then we got to Arutha Falls and it was so amazing.
Yeah, it was cool.
Holy cow, it was so cool. Like, make that trek. It's a little dodgy, but it was nice. It was really beautiful.
Yeah, and we went,
It was something that we haven't seen before. We've seen a lot of falls and done a lot of things, but I would say that's something we haven't seen before. Could you maybe sweep after we're done?
Samus,
I appreciate you
yeah,
cleaning, but
great.
seriously. So we all like cooled off and waited under the falls and kind of had some renewed energy. We ate a bunch of snacks.
Yeah, it was cool there by the falls. You had the mist on.
It felt good.
And we'd already gone up, like 600 feet. And it was only like 1,000 feet, I think, to the cliff. So we're like, hey, we got all this elevation gain already.
I don't know where you're getting these numbers.
I don't know. That's what
I
it
think you
said
made
on
them
the
up.
shit. Yeah. It felt like we walked up another
So
2
when we were
mountains,
leaving
but-
the car, Jason, I ate chicken before we left because I needed something to sustain myself through the hike. And he's like, well, I'm just kind of concerned that you're not going to have something for supper now.
Yeah.
I was like, it's 1. We better be back to the car by 5. He's like, well, yeah, I guess that's true. It should only be like a 3-hour hike, I guess, even if we go all the way around. I'm like, yeah, it should be. We better be back
I
by
said
5. You
4,
have to
but
stop
I
itching.
can't help it.
So,
Painful.
so we went on the hike, and then Jason kind of makes everybody feel bad when we don't want to keep hiking. So we were all like, I guess we didn't get you anything for Father's Day. We'll go on this hike with you to Frankenstein Cliff. It's supposed to be great, and it's only another 100 feet climb. The number changes and gets lower every time.
100, maybe 4.
It was like another 1,000
But we had already
feet
gained a lot of elevation. It wasn't like we were
Keep
just
talking
going
about
that.
this.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
Like 7 miles.
It was
So
4
anyways,
miles around.
we go on Frankenstein Cliff
It was
Trail.
hard. It was so hard.
There was scrambling. It wasn't like beehive scrambling where you knew what you're getting to with metal rungs and you're hanging off the side of the cliff, but like legit scrambling straight up, just hanging onto roots and then like climbing and crawling. And we took a break at one point and we were sitting on the trail because nobody else is on that trail. They weren't dumb enough.
Yeah, and the trail
Or they
markers
turned back. They probably turned back.
And the trail markers changed from blue to yellow for some reason, and
Inexplicably.
it made us wonder if we were on the wrong trail. So there was a whole bunch. Are we lost?
But there's no service. And,
Yeah.
why would you have the appropriate gear, like an actual trail map, before you set
I
off
had
on
the
a
trail map.
4-hour?
It had elevation on it.
That was not a trail map.
It was the
brochure.
It was a brochure,
the
yes.
campground
It was a
one.
brochure.
It had elevation on it.
It was the
fine.
brochure map.
Tip 1.
Yeah.
Always take
So loud.
a pack with plenty of food and water.
Which we
way
had
more
this
than you think
time.
you're going to have. Which
I
we
had plenty of
did.
water.
We did. It was fine. We were coming to a close, though. And you didn't bring the life straw, but we had our jackets.
We don't even
Tip-
own a life straw.
2. You know what I'm talking
I
about.
know, but
Tip 2, have an actual trail map. Not the map that you get from the grocery store that's like, these are the fun trails.
that wasn't a cartoon map. It was from the state park, and it had the main
Okay, to
trails
be
and
fair,
it
it
had
was not a
elevation.
cartoon
So
map.
it's a little bit better than what you're making.
But it wasn't exact.
No, it wasn't great, but it was a pretty good map. That was drenched with sweat at the end, and we could barely read.
Jason pulls it out of his pocket and he's like, oh, it's so
I was
wet.
so sweaty. It was so hot.
It would have
so much
disintegrated
climbing.
in not very much more time.
So we got up to the cliff finally, and
We don't know. We don't know when we
got-
got to the
there was a
cliff. There
lower-
was no markers.
yeah,
like-
they didn't have a.
It said there was a vista.
there was a vista.
We saw
were on
we
a
saw
lower
3
cliff.
vistas, I feel like.
There was the one that was on the cliff. It was great. It was
not marked.
cliff, and I guess, yeah. And once we got to the bottom, when we looked up, we're like, that's what we hiked. It was these sheer cliff things, and obviously we were on top of one of those.
I think we were on top of the whole thing. I think
Yeah.
we followed it. Like,
Yeah, it's crazy looking.
it's pretty okay, I was pretty impressed with us.
Yeah, we're pretty
The
cool.
pictures of it, like, looking up at it, don't look that impressive. But when we were standing down there at the end, and we're like, it was so much more impressive than the pictures are going to show. I'm just saying, it was quite a feet. Yeah,
We were
and it was
exhausted.
way more than Jason's projected elevation gains and
know,
projected mileage. There's a
just-
whole video of us sitting on the trail where Jason's recounting how much mileage it is from point to point. And he's
Trying
like,
to figure it out.
okay, it was 1.2
Oh,
plus
come on.
1.6.
We'll show the video. They can watch
Yeah,
it.
it's good. It's
Don't
good
worry
times.
about it. Yeah, it was crazy. So, anyways, it was. I think that made our day and our New Hampshire
I know there
trip.
was
I mean,
so there was a lot of
it's super
complaining,
hard.
but you have to remember when you're doing something that's kind of awful, that it's going to make for a good story. And if you know, like if you
I don't
live
think
and
that's a very
nobody's
good
injured, it's going to make for a good story, and it's going to make your trip like that made
Yeah.
the trip
Yeah,
to New
it was
Hampshire
great.
was.
We got to get in the
doing
White
that
Mountains and see what it's
idiotic
really
hike.
about.
So all in all, I guess I'm glad we did that stupid thing, and it was fun and pretty, and
This is getting long.
yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's it, right?
Marcus almost fell off the cliff several times.
Well, once.
He's
That
trying
was
to
in a different
remind you.
place.
No, that was
No,
here.
that was there.
Oh,
It wasn't
that's
on. It
right.
wasn't on this hike though. It was on
Ripley
the first
Falls,
hike.
the first hike. I kept saying, this is
Stay
why I'm
away-
so
stay away from
paranoid.
the edge.
You need to stay to the right. Stay to the right or the left, whichever way
Which
we were
was
coming.
the left on this
I was
case.
like, stay to the left. All of a
Falls to
sudden,
the stomach.
I am like barely walking at this point because I'm so tired and just ugh. And Marcus starts sliding down the cliff,
Yeah,
and I'm
like-
like,
So like he's on
So
the
my
kind of edge
initial
of this
response
trail and
is
it like
to
gave
s-
away like the
is
dirt
to just
like
stand there and watch.
fell.
That's my natural motherly instinct, was to just see what was going to happen.
There was
Fall
a
down?
slant there. I was just
I don't
wondering
know.
how far he's gonna have to climb back up. I didn't worry about him dying.
Lucas said afterward that he was fully prepared to slide down the cliff after him. I was like, good. At least one of us was, because I was just like, I guess he's going to die now.
He wasn't gonna die, but yeah, he could have slid a lot further than he did. He caught
Could have
himself.
been a head injury.
It was
I'm
scary.
just
I
saying,
mean,
I
you-
read a lot of tragic incidents in the mountains. Nobody writes
Right.
good incidents. All right, so that was our time in New Hampshire.
New Hampshire.
We're in Vermont now.
Crawford,
Jason,
New
I don't
Hampshire.
think is ever going to recover from all these.
No, I hope they start coming down. There's a few mosquitoes outside. I haven't left the camper yet
All right.
because I don't want any more.
We
I
got to
got
cut it
long
off because
sleeves.
we're almost to 18 minutes. And I think
God, we're getting longer.
it was
yeah.
like a 9-minute talk about something that wasn't 9
It
minutes
wasn't
worth
very
of stuff.
funny.
Okay,
This
bye!
is- see ya.